Chris Jericho over the past few years has gotten a lot of flack. Some of it deserved, some of it not so. I'm not really a fan of how he's come across in some interviews. A lot of the stories he tells come across as very self-serving, and his behavior on Twitter regarding airlines and hotels. It's been a source of comedy for podcasters like Jim Cornette and wrestling fans the world over. But there's one particular aspect of Chris Jericho that I feel like has received unfair criticism: his physique. The day after Jericho's birthday, in November 2023, he posted a selfie simply captioned, 53. It was a shirtless photo, clearly displaying his physique, and yes, it has deteriorated from what it was. There's no denying that. But Jericho got absolutely flamed in the comments. Comments such as, "Don't look a day over 70, and Amy Schumer's looking rough these days," along with comments about his sauce usage. When we look at Jericho throughout the 90s and early 2000s, it's clear that he was in a better, more presentable shape. But is it really fair to expect him to have maintained such a physique throughout his 40s and 50s? Realistically, he doesn't look that much different from how he did in the 2010s. He didn't have the most impressive physique back then. But through that last run in WWE, the fans still adored him and showed him respect. So what changed? Part of it is that Instagram in the early 2020s is an absolute hellhole. Comments are brutal these days, and that's been part and parcel of the internet for as long as I've been alive. Part of it will be due to the public's change in perception over the past few years. Here's my counter-argument to it all. Jericho looks good for his role. He's not supposed to be the young fire starter anymore. I remember him doing an interview regarding his appearance in New Japan where he expressed wanting to have a more rough around the edges, burlier look. That's what we've got now, and I'm not complaining. Jericho's physique, in my opinion, is the least problematic aspect of his tenure in AEW. I think it's a natural evolution, and most of us will not look that good at 53. And I doubt we'd be able to do a lion salt at that age either, whether it was a slower one or not. What's always set Jericho apart is his ability to evolve and adapt his style to whatever is going around him, and to incorporate the different phases of his life into that adaptation. Also, I would not want him to look like he did in his 20s and 30s. Chances are, if he still did, he would be gone within a few years from the sauce usage. And even though he might sometimes think he's John Bon Jovi, I still would rather he was focused on health and longevity than looking like the most jacked version of himself. The physique looks as you'd expect a grizzled wrestling veteran to look, so all in all, not horrific. Maybe you disagree, but I think the reaction to Jericho's physique is more out of proportion than his physique itself. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments below, and have a lovely day. See you next time.